Hi everybody, welcome back to Brew Nation Canada. I am Anthony.
And I'm Mark.
And we are here with round 2 of the Kingston Beer Company's Home Craft Competition. Mm-hmm. They have paired up with...
Sorry, there's like mosquitoes everywhere.
I know, little mosquitoes everywhere.
We're filming at night.
Night. It's been a very long, hot, humid day. If we start to sweat profusely, it's because...
I had the doors open here, and I think all the mosquitoes took advantage of the lights, and they're like flying around.
As we're going to be judging this, we're going to be eaten alive. So if Mark starts smacking things randomly, you know why. But let's kind of digress and recap. So Kingston Beer Company has gotten together with the Home Craft. I think it's a Home Craft Wine and Spirits.
Yes, correct.
Company out of Kingston, Ontario. And they're coming up with this lovely competition for the home craft brewers. And they've asked us to judge the competition, and we are now on round 2. We've got quite a different lineup tonight.
Yeah,
it's quite across the rainbows here, which is quite nice.
Looks like we got each scale.
Yeah, so what we do is we actually have a score sheet that we kind of grade as we're going along. Mm-hmm. Our kind of things that we have a tendency to grade on, or what has been selected, is appearance, the head, aroma, flavor, mouthfeel, and our overall impressions. Now, of course, we can't judge by head on the camera. You're going to be like, what are you talking about? We actually kind of did a little shot and looked at things earlier when we first poured this. So, of course, they've all kind of dissipated since then, but
they both
were quite good.
Pretty much all of them had fairly good head on this time. The first time around, it wasn't as
low carbonations
nice.
On a lot of them.
Yeah, but this round it looks like they're
wasn't too bad.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's get down to business, and we're going to start with the first one, and this is the Summer Disorientation Ale, and they are entry number 94.
94. All right.
So
you're front, I think. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not noticing much off the nose.
And it's a light aroma.
Yeah.
Almost like a floral, slight floral.
I was gonna say lemony, and the taste is, though I would say, a slight citra. It's lemony. It's light and lemony.
I get that near the tail end of it.
Okay.
I find it kind of bites the side of your tongue.
He's speaking in tongues. Okay, so unfortunately for all those who are watching, we're not going to announce what our grades are as we're going through. It's kind of our silent thoughts, but it's quite refreshing. I do find that, like I said, it doesn't have much of a nose to it, but it's quite nice on the palate. It's very smooth.
It's not bad. A little bit bitter, I find.
I don't really notice so much the bitterness, but I definitely kind of that lemony taste of things.
See, that's where I probably consider it a little bitter.
Yeah, it could be. So we're going to hit the old scoreboard here while we are at it.
And do you want to sing a song like last time? Or?
Unfortunately, I don't know much of a song.
No.
No. But I can politely stare at everybody while you finish up your grading, and I'll leave my
stare in the camera.
Leave my stare deep and long into your eyes. I'll save my comments to the end, and I'll just kind of fan myself in the meantime. I think we'd have to think about getting some better air conditioning for the studio here.
We have the noise.
We'll talk to management about that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
our next one up.
And to give a fair kind of judge of things, we do give a bit of a cleanse on the palate here.
Thanks for reminding me. So the next entry is entry number 5. It's Percy Malloys Happy Ending. Is that right?
That's what it looks like for me. Percy Malloy's Happy Ending. I'm so thankful that this is very amber looking.
I'm not even going to go there.
If you can't have humor, what can you have? Again, not much on the nose.
It's not like a milky IPA or
I know,
something.
thank God it wasn't a milk stout or a milk IPA.
Yeah. Oh, look at
Mm.
Oh, mosquito. Hold on.
Fail.
I know he bit me right on the arm.
There's definitely more.
Ooh,
There's
that's
definitely
not
more to
bad.
it. Yeah, you have
I like that.
picking up more there than I am, but
It's subtle, but there's a stronger aroma.
there's
than
definitely
the
a lot
last one.
more to the mouth than there is to the nose, in my opinion.
Okay.
It's
What's the finish on that?
yeah, I can't quite put my thumb on what that is. It's at first I was gonna say it was like a bit of a mosaic hop or something, but
No, it's I had a similar hop. I think you just had one not too long ago from Perth. They're Hop Buster.
the Hop Busters.
Now it's a lot subtler than what that, but
Yeah,
it
it's a
has
more,
that
a little more washed out than the Hop Buster, but it's very similar. Yeah.
Yeah, it has that same end flavor to it.
Mm-hmm. Again, for how hot the day is, that's quite refreshing.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
One thing that would have been nice actually on this is would have been nice to see what the alcohol percentage in some of these were. I've found that some of them seem quite high, and then some of them seem quite low, like they're around a 4.5. So, but it's quite beautiful looking. It's a really nice golden color to it.
Yeah, it's fairly smooth, and just has that little bite at the end. And it's a subtle one. It's not overpowering, or definitely would be a nice summer beer.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So don't forget, drink your water.
Yep. Yes, Mom.
That's right, dear. All right.
All right. So we're on to entry number 97, and in case you guys are wondering about the numbers, we didn't really go in a particular order. We're bouncing all over the map. We just literally grabbed them at random.
Yeah,
and
this actually
this worked out really well.
Yeah.
Considering it was like one of each kind of.
I just walked in the fridge and like grabbed 4, walked out, and it's like, wow, look at that.
So,
but it looks like we're getting some good variety, which is really nice to see.
It's really good, yeah. And actually, I have to tell you, for a homebrew competition, I think a lot of these people have done a wonderful job. I mean, I haven't really been sorely disappointed with anything yet, and I'm, if anything, I've been quite surprised with some of the unique flavors that we've.
Well, I'm quite impressed with some of the flavors that
sure.
So this one here, did you already announce it?
I started off with the number.
Oh, nice. So I can say the name then.
No, I really was looking forward to saying this name.
Why?
You get the last one because it's my turn.
No, you did the last one.
Oh, did I?
I did the first one.
Darn. Okay, yeah, go ahead. You can tell all over again since we've completely got off track and people need to know what's going on.
All right. So the next one is, as Anthony said, 97. And the name of it is, I was going to let you have it, Quicksilver.
I didn't want to rob you of it.
Oh,
that's a really cool name.
See,
I like that.
See, when we poured it, I was thinking, I thought it was going to be a lager.
With a name like Quicksilver, I
was all excited because I was like, oh, we're going to try our first lager out of this. And it's be interesting. What do you think?
A little low on the carbonation. Again, that's kind of okay for me. But I didn't notice a lot on the nose. Slight sweetness to it. Or said almost a little bit of a caramel to it.
Yeah, I was saying I can pick up the caramel. Has a little bit of a sweet aroma to it.
And I feel it's a little impaired in the taste as well. It has a sweet but smoothness to it. I wasn't sure when I first looked at this if it was going to be an IPA or if it was like an amber or a brown. There is kind of a sweetness, but also a slight nuttiness to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has a little bit of a dull tone to it, which would make me think there's a bit of like a nut back.
Yeah, it's quite unique actually in color. It's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be when I first looked at it.
No, it's fairly light. It's not
light.
thick at all. Like I figured the body was going to be a little thicker in that, but
Yeah.
it's not bad, especially on a hot day.
This actually leans a little bit more towards a cream ale than. I think I've had a very unique cream ale recently, and
well, okay,
really-
I
it
think
really
you were
made
telling
me-
me about that one. I can
Yeah.
see where you're going with this one.
yeah,
Yes.
and it actually reminds me a lot of that.
Yeah.
And it kind of, cream ales have a tendency to be a little bit thicker, a little kind of a creamier, sweeter kind of taste to it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this hits the marks on like 2 or 3 of those points, but it kind of lacks the body that most cream ales would have, right?
All right.
But it's very unique, actually, and I rather like that.
Oh yes. Rinse the palate. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, me too.
Even though it's kind of a hot, sticky night, I still think this could be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, stouts don't have to have a tendency to fit into my summer repertoire of drinking, but definitely into the falls. But the bottom line is, even when it gets down towards the end of an evening, it's kind of nice to have that like kind of heavier body when you're wanting to sit around and have a drink with friends and stuff. So,
Well, I found
who are we kidding? I mean, a stout could really be all year round. I just favor it more in the cooler.
Well, yeah,
months.
because usually it's pretty thick,
Yeah.
thick body, so it fills you up more, kind of warms you up a
Yep.
bit. But
Alright.
I find even this summer though, like so far, even though we just started summer, but this year so far has been fairly cool at night, even though it's hotter than hell through the day. So in the evening around a campfire, especially if it cools right down, this would be great.
Yeah.
Great for a stout.
And of course, we had to decide to do these on the last couple hottest days, and
Well, yeah.
yeah, right. I know you've got to enjoy your beer. You might as well do it on the hot months. So,
Oh,
this
I'm
is.
like already jumping in it.
I know you are. That's fine. That's you can enjoy that while I'm talking.
All right.
So this is entry 100, and this is St. George's Stout. So we have our stout for the evening.
Yeah, the
Definitely has your classic stout kind of coffee chocolate.
yeah, I was just gonna say it. It's quite like a sweet, almost like a dark aroma to it.
Yeah. Definitely taste those chocolate bitters, which are it's a little bit lighter in body, but it's actually quite. It's
Quite flavorful.
There's a lot of flavor actually to
Yeah.
this. It really packs a punch, and the aroma is fantastic. I mean,
Now,
whichever entrance came in on this one, or entry 100, the brewers, of course, we haven't been given the name since, but
Yeah.
I think they've really hit the nail on the head right when it comes to this stout. I mean, it's kind of captured all the essence of a classic stout. With
I was just
and I
about
like
to
the
say
fact that the
it
coffee
tastes
is
more
very,
like
very
a
subtle.
classic. Like it doesn't have.
Yeah, it's
Like
not
it's-
that strong espresso
Yes,
kind of flavor that a
exactly.
lot of people lean
Yeah.
towards now. Yeah, this is a little bit more towards your Guinnesses, where it's more subtle.
Well, it kind of reminds me of was it the old Leary Stout from what is it? Republican
Yeah.
House out of
Public.
Publican House out of Peterborough.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I remember last year, or yeah, it was just this past winter. We
Mhm.
tried that one and really enjoyed it. And
Yeah.
this is right up the alley to
Goes
it.
right on onto that.
And because it's not as thick, I find this is perfect for around the campfire.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's true.
All right. Speaking about campfire, we have to get our fire going here. And
Fire going.
nice night out
Round off
tonight.
the evening and see if we can sit around the smoke and.
You know what we should try pairing this with? We should try pairing the stout with a s'more.
It would probably go quite well, actually. You know, actually,
I should have put bug spray on before
you know,
we came in.
I wouldn't say this for a lot of beers. This stout would actually go fantastic with a melted brie cheese.
So I do have some cheese in the house. I might even have Brie.
Maybe try that one out. So.
Oh, guess where we're going after?
To the fridge.
To the fridge. Oh, you're waiting on me.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
That's okay. You take your time. So to kind of wrap up, again, we've had 4 craft home brewers that have all put out some pretty decent beers here. I'm really looking forward to seeing what more of our entrants are going to be like. None of them have really disappointed yet, which is really, really impressive, actually.
And like, not to knock any of the home brewers out there, but you never know where people's skill levels at, right? And it's like you don't know who's putting in for this competition or contest. And so you'd never know, right? Like, you could have Joe Blow out there that could be just pouring Coors Light into his bottle and saying, "Here you go."
Or you're going to get nailed when it comes down to if you win. Yeah. So, and speaking of which, for those who actually are kind of interested, like, hey, what are you guys doing this all about? The winner of this contest will actually get their beer brewed with the headmaster of Kingston Beer Company, and will then be served on tap at the pub. And to further the excitement, they will be showcased at the McKinnon Back to the Farm Festival. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm really looking forward to that this year. I really want to go to that. And the Back to the Farm Festival happens every year. It's quite an amazing shindig here, and great beer, great bands, great people. So I think it'd be a great thing to be part of. And definitely, if you had your beer showcased, it'd be
that'd be pretty sweet, eh?
A little rise to beer stardom. So,
I think I'd be like standing there just pouring it for everybody. Big crown on my head.
Gift you the jug head crown.
The jug head. Thanks a lot.
We can get Ben to maybe cut you a crown out of a bottle.
There you go.
That'd be really cool.
I get a Kingstown growler and we'll just cut it
into a crown. That'd be really cool. Okay, so everybody, if you get a chance, please jump over onto our social media. Of course, we don't get paid to do this. We do this for the love of reviewing craft beers. However, brewers, if you'd love to pay us to do this, it would be yeah. But okay. I'm just joking. Jump over to our social media, home brewers, and the brewers, or the full-on breweries yourselves. If you would like to have your showcased on the show, or if you would like to do a review, please feel free to jump over onto social media, jump over to brewnationca and contact us directly, and we would be more than happy to take a peek and or take a sip of what you have and see where it goes. 2 sips. For the home brewers, if you're I definitely, one of the things I like to do about judging the contest is seeing, the results of things. I mean, I've come across a few. There's even a couple of beers that may not have rated the highest for me that I feel definitely deserve honorable mentions. Yeah. Because they were so unique in flavor and just overall refreshing.
Different, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I sometimes think of the masses, right, as opposed to my personal preference. I'm thinking, people are going to love this for the summer. And so those are people I would love to get in touch with and say, hey, this is someone who's got something really neat going on, and you might be able to monetize and benefit from it. So, all right. So, Mark, how about we pour for our cheers?
Oh, jeepers.
We never say something behind, but
what do we do?
Let's do the summer disorientation.
All right. I think that was our first one.
It was, yeah.
All right.
It was something clean and clear to cleanse the palate. Again, Mark.
It's the mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah? Mosquitoes made you pour fast.
I was trying to, get a nice little pour there so everybody can see.
It does look really good. Yeah, so some of them pour actually quite nice with the head. Yeah. No, wonderful. Well, you might as well just hold on to that. So, as always, like to send everybody off with a cheers. So we say cheers to you. Thanks for watching. And cheers to you, my friend.